Good evening, Mr. Jacob Kornbluh. While Mr. Jacob was shopping for Shabbos at Goldberg's on 18th Avenue, I just happened to bump into him. I know your face, and you're always involved in political issues and stuff like that, especially when it comes to election time. What's going on with tomorrow's election? I know there's elections going on tomorrow. Dov Heikind, of course, our beloved Assemblyman Dov Heikind, has an opponent now, somebody by the name Moshe Tischler. And then also Mr. Simcha Felder is running against a brother of by the name of Mr. Avi Tischler. So let me hear something about the elections on Felder and Tischler.
Well, first of all, this is an opportunity for the community to go out to vote. I mean, you're given every 2 years a choice to pick your candidate, if it's a Democrat or Republican. Unfortunately, not always over the past decade or two were voters given a chance to go out to vote in a primary or even in a general election, since our elected officials assumingly had the voting bloc to get on all the three lines, run unopposed, and stick with us. Some did a good job, some did a lousy job. But now it's time, it's a new era. Young people are standing up. We are seeing what's happening around the country. People losing jobs, people can't pay the tuition fee, buy housing, just go down the list. And people are sick and tired of hearing, yeah, beseda, everything will be okay. Don't worry, trust me, I'll be there for another 2 years. I'll bring for the community. Guess what? The community is us individuals. And this is an opportunity for everybody to express their voice. Now, I'm not telling everybody go vote against this guy or for this guy. Just go out to vote. Express yourself. Take action by your words and deeds. And it's a blessed thing. We live in a democracy. We can actually walk on the street, go to the ballot booth. Nobody's tying our hands. They're giving us an opportunity to elect who will best represent us, if it's a state legislator, or in the general elections, who's our president, who are our leaders of our party. It's a blessed thing. We should be thrilled that we have this opportunity. That's why I'm up so late. I'm not shopping for Shabbos.
Oh, you were not?
No.
So what were you doing? Working on...
Getting out the vote.
Getting out the vote. So is it, who are you trying to promote in this election?
Myself and every individual in this community. I'm not looking for a political career. I have enough exposure. I have a lot of fun. But I'm looking that our leaders should be held accountable. If they run on a record, let them run on this record, defend it, or change positions and explain why they change positions. If they want to run away from their record, or if they have a clean record, let the voters decide. But to impose an election or inactivity, meaning to say some community leaders decide for the community who brought more buses for this and this moised, who made a better deal with the GOP majority, or who can sit in the back door and behind backroom deals get for the community more money. It's us that want to enjoy a prosperous time, get a job, buy a house, have affordable tuition fee, and we will help the moisters, we will help the community grow and thrive if we are successful. And it's about time that our politicians follow the rules. They follow the obligation of being a public servant means serving the public. Not coming every 2 years and say why you need to elect me because I'm better than the other guy, or you have no choice, I'm the only one here, vote or you're ineffective.
So I can't get really from your words out. Tomorrow when I walk into the ballot, what should I choose? There are Simcha Felders out there and Avi Tischler. So what is the community out there? What do community leaders say? Who should we go out and vote for?
First of all, if you're a Democrat or a conservative this time around, You have an opportunity to choose if you want an Obama Democrat or a conservative Democrat, a Bloomberg career politician Democrat or new blood, fresh Democrat. When you go in the Conservative Party, do you have a genuine conservative or a fake conservative? Hijack a process or earn the trust of the voters? So everybody has a choice. Now, if you look at the candidates, you can examine by their deeds, by their record, or what they're promising. If somebody promises you something that you know is unachievable, he's lying. He's doing it to gain political points or to advance his career. But if he comes and says, this is why we can do while you can do it, while it's proven that we can do it, then he has the problem, not us. That he doesn't deserve, or if it's another term, or coming back. Because the community is so eager to have him for another 10 years while he didn't deliver anything over the past 2 years. And this name is Simcha Felder, if you are wondering who am I talking about.
So you would say that Simcha didn't deliver to the community? He's so well known, he's popular in the community.
First of all, if we go into details, he's not so popular. If you walk on the street and you ask people, they wouldn't say he's popular. He's a likable guy. President Obama is also a likable guy, and over the past 2 years his approval ratings is in the low 40s. So he's popular, he's likable. But is he a public servant? Does he serve the community? What did he do over the past 10 years? Raise our property tax, congestion pricing up, our tickets, parking tickets up. When it came Bloomberg seeking a third term, which was unconstitutional, it was against the people's will, he chaired a committee which not only recommended but aggressively changed the law to allow for the mayor and for his colleagues, city council members, to run for a third term. Now you would assume if you're so successful and you're so eager to help the community, if you earn this third term, you actually serve that term. But what did Simcha Felder do? He quit the day after. For what? For another $60,000 a year? That's what you do when you gain the trust of the people and you're so popular that you can actually serve when the people are united behind you. Now, if you want to come back, I understand. He's addicted to a government paycheck. I understand. Over the past 20 years, all he did was get government checks. He's not, he's not complete like every person going around looking for a job. I understand that. He has a reputation, but he has to run on his record. He has to define why we should trust him now over the past 10 years. Tell me first if the past 10 years was good, and then tell me what you're going to advance over the next 2 years. So when you try to hijack the process by challenging your opponents, trying to impose yourself on the community, going to court, trying to push off all the candidates from the other lines, you shouldn't have a challenge in November. And then you make a press conference with all the community leaders that you yourself know that ideologically they are not together with you. Dov Heikin is against Bloomberg. He actually voted for Bill Thompson. He voted for John McCain. And then you have David Greenfield, which is an example of a public servant, how he speaks out, what he did over the past 2 years. And Simcha Felder sits there and says, we need more Simcha. Guess what? We do need more Simcha. But we need more Simcha by not electing Simcha Felder.
So is this what this T-shirt that's floating around is all about?
Well, actually,
Can you hold it up for me and just show it to me?
Actually, I just saw this on the street. I saw some volunteer handing out these T-shirts. I guess tomorrow there's a whole ground operation of volunteers on behalf of the community to speak out for the values of the community. And basically what it says is what I described you is no simcha. We all need more simcha, not felder. And I mean, this is really not personal. I like Simcha Felder. He's a likable guy. If I would see him on the street, I would really sit down with him, embrace him, and discuss with him whatever issue he wants. The problem is, he's running away. He doesn't want to discuss anything. He doesn't take positions on any issue that concerns our community. And you know what? The only place where he did take a position on the issue was on vouchers, but he was against it. And today, he has the daring chutzpah to come out and say he is for vouchers, while 4 weeks ago he was on camera recorded saying that whoever promises you that they're going to give you vouchers is not telling the truth. So is he not telling the truth, or is he just advancing his political career, knowing that the community is in need of vouchers and we need to go beyond the partisan politics in actually delivering for the community? So I'd be delighted if Simcha Felder would actually face the challenge, debate his opponent, come out to the community and say why the past 10 years was so good for us, or if it wasn't so good, apologize and say from now on, I'm going to be a good boy. Every 2 years I'm going to come and ask you for another chance, but I'm going to allow somebody to stand up and speak out if they think I didn't deliver for the community. So it's you, everyone out there, you have the opportunity to vote, to express your opinion, and let the better one win.
Very good, great. And let's go over to the election of the assembly election. Dov Heiken, as we mentioned before, Honorable Assemblyman Dov Heiken has someone running against him by the name of Moshe Tischler. I've known Assemblyman Dov Heiken for many, many, many years, and I do like him a lot.
I love him. He's a great guy. I really, really respect Assemblyman Dov Heiken. I worked with him, as a matter of fact, on the Bob Turner campaign, which was a great campaign. He crossed party lines. And I know he didn't vote for Obama in 2008. He speaks out when it comes to issues about Israel, the mayor's attempt of regulating bris milah. He speaks out. He speaks out for our community. He has no shame to stand in the state assembly on the day they passed this, the same-gender marriage, and he spoke out against his colleague on the Democratic bench because he knows it's against our Torah values. He knows when to speak out, when to deliver for the community, and of course he's a politician, so he's playing partisan politics. I understand that, I respect that, but I know one thing: if you deliver and if you speak out for your community, you have the backbone, you have the spine to sometimes say enough is enough, and I have to care for the individual. I respect that, even if you are a Democrat and you would never be on any issue on the same line. As long as you stand up, you speak out for your values, you have the courage to advance anything you think is in the need of our community. And there's also another special election, which is in Flatbush. I don't know where whoever's going to watch it. Maybe you live in Flatbush. There's an assembly race in the 45th, which Frum Jew has his 5 kids in yeshiva, is running, challenging Assemblyman Steve Simberwitz. This is also a great guy I've come across. He knows the issues. He actually did a lot when he was in the community board, when he helped former senators, when he helped Councilman Noach Deer. And I truly believe that when somebody comes across you as genuine, as looking for your vote, as promising that he will represent you and he will deliver, I trust that guy, and I would recommend everybody to examine the candidate, believe in the candidate, and not get persuaded by some community leaders that only seek power. It's about time to restore power to the people.
Bottom line is, we all must go out there and vote.
Absolutely.
Let your voice be heard.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kornbluh.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure.
And I hope to see you at the voting booth tomorrow.
Yes, Imets Hashem.
Today.
Imets Hashem. En ik zie weg sim met
I get given sure to all of you.